Did you know that if you use abilities or items on enemies, it doesn't actually reveal you on the map? Today, we're diving into the rabbit hole that is vision in Deadlock. We'll be exploring the general rules of vision, trooper vision, objective vision, heroes, invisibility, and many more niche interactions. Let's start with some general rules. Now, anytime that you shoot a hero, a trooper, or an objective with your weapon, it will always reveal you on the minimap no matter how far you are. So you could be right next to it, or you could be 70 meters away. It'll reveal you just the same. The time that you stay revealed on the minimap seems to be around 2 seconds after you've taken an action that reveals you. If an enemy hero has line of sight on you, meaning they see you on their camera, you will be revealed on the minimap, but only if you are within 50 to 60 meters of them. We're unsure of the exact range, but from our testing, that seems to be about where we would ballpark guess it. If you are further than that, line of sight does not reveal you. Being shot by an enemy hero will not reveal you if you're further than that, right? So even if they see you and they're shooting you directly, if they're further than the 50 to 60 meter range, you will not be shown on the minimap. However, if you shoot them, you will be revealed on the minimap. Using abilities on troopers or on heroes will not reveal you. So if you throw, for example, alchemical fire or Ivy Kudzu bomb or Lady Guy's bomb onto a wave or an enemy hero really far away, it will not reveal you on the minimap. Using items such as cold front, alchemical fire on troopers or heroes does not reveal you by itself. Now, of course, if you want to use cold front, you need to be close. And if you're close, then they'll probably be able to see you, which means you'll be revealed. But troopers don't actually have proximity vision. We'll talk about that in a sec. Lastly, having the urn always reveals you on the minimap. Now, let's move on to trooper vision specifically. So troopers only reveal heroes if they are shot by the hero's gun or if they shoot the hero. They have no proximity vision. So if you're near a trooper and the trooper is not shooting you and you're not shooting the trooper, you will not be shown on the minimap. This is the only situations in which you will be shown is if the trooper shoots you or you shoot it. There is no other scenario in which the trooper will actually show you on the minimap. So you can use cold front, you can use alchemical fire, you can use abilities. As long as you don't use your gun on the trooper and the trooper doesn't use its gun on you, you will not be shown. When it comes to objective vision, it works roughly the same as trooper vision. There is no inherent proximity vision from our testing. However, being near an objective usually means that you're going to get attacked by it. Like, for example, a walker or a guardian is going to attack you, which means that they will reveal you on the minimap if they do attack you. There are some exceptions to this that we will touch on later. There are 3 sources of invisibility in the game. There's smoke bomb, veil walker, and shadow weave. As of right now, buildings do not reveal you on the map and do not break your invisibility. So they don't target you, they don't reveal you. The only thing that breaks your invisibility is you using abilities, shooting your gun, or being in proximity of an enemy hero. The proximity of an enemy hero requires line of sight to function, meaning if a wall separates you, it shouldn't break your invisibility. However, we found some janky situations where if you were close enough to the enemy hero, your invisibility would break even if they didn't have line of sight on you. Now, this is usually around some weird walls, so this is pretty niche stuff. Hayes' invisibility allows her to use items and abilities without revealing herself, which is the main difference compared to other types of visibilities. For every other part of Hayes' smoke bomb, we found that it behaved the exact same way as Veilwalker and Shadow Weave, and that the only difference was to use items and abilities without breaking the invisibility. Getting into summons or NPCs, like Graves' ghouls, skulls, or McGinnis's turrets, seem to largely follow the vision rules. Now, getting hit by a summon is considered an ability, and therefore does not reveal either the caster or the hero hit by the ability. Shooting ghouls, skulls, or turrets does not reveal you on the minimap either. We did find an interesting interaction with invisibility and Graves' ghouls. While they don't reveal you, they start chasing you even if you are invisible, but they will not explode, leading to some very interesting situations. Like, for example, a bunch of ghouls can stack up on top of a hero and just like be in one spot without actually exploding as long as the hero is invisible. This is most likely a bug that'll be fixed in the future, I suspect. So let's get into some more niche interactions that we found, and we tested quite a bit, and I'm sure that we didn't find all of them. So if you find any specific niche interactions, let me know in the comments. The item Stalker, despite giving vision of the hero hit through walls, does not actually reveal the hero hit on the minimap. So when you hit Stalker on someone, you're going to get kind of wall hacks and you're going to see them through the walls, but the rest of your team won't actually have that information on the minimap, and neither will you. When Calico is in her cat form, she cannot be revealed on the minimap from our testing. So if you shoot Calico, if troopers shoot Calico, if guardians, base guardians, walkers. It doesn't really seem to matter at all. No matter what she gets shot by from what we've tested, she never gets revealed on the minimap, and that's part of her ability description, so that's definitely intended. Similarly, but kind of the opposite of that, Mirage's Jin's Mark will reveal people on the minimap when activated, even if they're invisible. So if you get even one stack and you activate Jin's Mark, it'll reveal the person on the minimap. I believe the base reveal duration is 6 seconds, but that can be scaled with items like Duration Extender, for example. So what are the main takeaways that we can have from all this knowledge? Because, I mean, it's cool to understand all of this about vision, but what are the main things that can be implemented? Well, the first thing that I would recommend is that whenever you can, especially if you're trying to show up to a fight, try to clear the wave with abilities or items and leave, because that'll minimize the amount of vision that you're giving on the map. So for example, if you're playing Ivy, rather than shoot the wave and leave, you could just use Kudzu Bomb and then use your ultimate to fly away to avoid showing on the map at all and make it a bit of a surprise to the enemy team that you might be rotating. And they also might not expect that wave to be pushing because they didn't see anyone showing on the wave. And so all of a sudden, you know, let's say the yellow lane might become a problem for them because it's going to start pushing into them, even though they did not see an Ivy there at all. Now, second tip that I would give you guys is do not shoot the troopers if your teammate is clearing the wave and you're right there. So let's say that your teammate is clearing the mid wave and you're right in the area and you're like, I'm here, I might as well help. If the wave is almost dead and there's just one trooper remaining, don't shoot that trooper. Just let your teammate do it, because you're giving the enemy team additional information that they otherwise would not have had, because troopers, remember, do not have proximity vision. And since they don't have proximity vision, that means that the only way that they'll reveal you is if you attack them or they attack you. So if hitting that trooper is not going to give you anything extra, you shouldn't hit it, right? Because you're still going to get the souls as long as you're in the proximity area. So there really is very little advantage to hitting the trooper, especially if it's only going to speed up your wave push by 1 second. So be mindful of those situations where your teammate is clearing the wave and just be a little careful. Don't shoot it unless it's absolutely necessary or it's going to give you a significant advantage. Rooftops are great for vision and you'll often be too far to be revealed on the minimap. So don't be afraid to just kind of stand on rooftops and look out for, you know, the way people are moving around, seeing if they're rotating, seeing if anybody's out of position. People will not be able to see you on the minimap if you do this because you'll be too far out of range, right? Remember, there's a 50 to 60 meter range-ish where, you know, even if people have line of sight, if you're outside of that range, you will not be shown on the minimap. So people won't know exactly where they are unless they see you and communicate your position. Now, I'm assuming this is in a matchmaking setting, which means communication is not optimal. A lot of people just won't know that you're there, and rooftops are already a great source of visibility and they're good positioning on top of that. So it's just a good habit. Now, the one downside is that you will not be revealing people on the minimap either because you'll be too far to reveal them as well. So it's a bit of a two-way street on that front. And the last tip that I would give regarding vision, which doesn't have anything to do with any tricks, is just if you're playing a hero that likes to hunt for people. So imagine you're playing something like a Moan Krill or a Paradox or a Holiday. Be very mindful of how much you're showing on the map. Anytime that you show on the map as one of these heroes, especially when you have your ultimate, you are making people feel more comfortable. If I'm playing a hero like Wraith and I see Moan Krill showing on the map on the opposite side of the map, I know Moan Krill can't just warp stone around a corner and ult me, right? So I'm going to feel more safe. However, if Moan Krill is missing and I haven't seen him on a wave, well, it's going to limit how aggressive I can play without falling to this. And I already see you guys coming in the comments. You're going to be like, well, that only applies, you know, if you're a high enough rank to try to anticipate these ganks. And you're absolutely right, but I still think that it's a good tip to share and, you know, applies more to high rank gamers for sure. If you're below Archon, you probably don't need to worry about it at all. But if you're, you know, higher than Archon, you're basically high rank in my heart. So you should start worrying about it. That's about it for this video. I know this is a bit of a shorter video, right? Lots of interesting tidbits. So when me and my editor Toonster tested this, we actually found some things that we didn't suspect 100%. So if you guys like these little niche videos and you want to see more of them, well, subscribe, leave a like, and show some love to the channel, and we'll definitely do more of these. Hopefully you learned a thing or two, and I'll catch you in the next one.